Is North Korea hacking you right now? Also, we have a lot of big news happening with the Coinbase approval. Also, we have Satoshi. We got a lot of big news. Guys, you're going to want to stick around. The 4 best guests in the history of the show. This is Around the Blockchain. Thank you for joining, everybody. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. We got 4 phenomenal guests. And yeah, I was a little off the topics on the bottom for yesterday. So threw me off there first. I was like, wait a minute, Coinbase. All right, but let's just get right into it. On the top left, we have Cassius holding it down. Cassius, when's that mixtape coming out, man?
Oh, man, I'm going to drop something actually on Demu at Rare Evo. It's about a week. You're going to get some sample stuff there. I'm performing out there, so I got the songs out there ready for everybody to listen to before I get
Bring
on stage.
me on stage, and I'll hold the T-shirt gun. All right.
You're going to be there. You win the song, man.
All right. Also, we have Cowboys of Crypto. Maybe we'll bring him on stage. He can lasso up all the fans. Cowboys of Crypto, how are you doing today?
I've got too much tumbleweed in my blood, but I'm ready for ATB.
That's you know what, you're starting with 1 point just off that. Also on today we have Firoz. Firoz, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, DZ. Great to be here.
All right. And then last but not least, we have Forrest holding it down. Forrest, what is going on? How are you doing today?
Doing well. Can't complain. Thanks for having me on.
All right. And we got the best tech team in all of crypto. They've already changed to North Korea. Is North Korea hacking you? And then the other thing I was going to say is Shiba Inu. It's plummeting. Did the dog pee on the carpet? And then I kind of forgot. But anyways, all right. Is North Korea hacking you? Looks like some sleuths from Singapore. Singapore Intelligence Services is a National Intelligence Service, the NIS. They've highlighted hackers in North Korea. They've been stealing millions of folks. They've been doing a little bit of math here. For the first 6 months of the year, it looks like North Korea has hacked $180 million. We wound the clock back a little bit further. If you go back to 2015, North Korea, it appears, according to Singapore, they're responsible for $1.5 billion in hacking. A lot of it, attributed to the Lazarus Group. There's a lot of smuggling is up in North Korea. Looks like drug smuggling. Looks like it has tripled. Gold smuggling up about 50% since the start of the year. In response to the complaints from the critics, North Korea, they issued a statement. Kim Jong-un, his press secretary, says, "We've established a task force to identify dissatisfied individuals." I wouldn't want to be one of those dissatisfied North Koreans right now, I'll tell you what. Now, Cassius, when you hear a hack from North Korea, another crypto hack, Lazarus Group just hacked this bridge, ETH bridge drained by North Korea. Do you think this is just a rando in a degen's basement, or is this state-sponsored?
In North Korea, there's no way to know for sure, but I would say most likely state-sponsored. I don't know exactly how it works out there, but I don't think much happens without the state knowing about it. So for someone to just be randomly on their own and have access to the internet somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, it seems highly unlikely. You would have to get sanctioned for it. Seen documentaries about it. For example, the one where Dennis Rodman went to North Korea, and the one where they went with Vice, and they turned on all the power in the cities they were in. But when you went out of that area, then the blocks and the lights went off. So I don't know how you'd be on your own hacking something without the state knowing about it in North Korea.
Yeah, I think also in that same film, they had pictures of food in a grocery store. If you look through the windows, you see it's just a picture of an apple cut out. Now, Cowboys of Crypto, I remember they were very scary. We were kind of joking about the Seth Rogen movie, very, very scary. When Trump was in office, are they going to bomb us? We had a raid siren go off in Hawaii. It actually does work. I learned, that went off years ago. But then you don't hear about them anymore, except for crypto hacks, it appears. How come North Korea isn't the big bag boogeyman they used to be 5-10 years ago?
Imagine a state so secretive that only people can speculate about it. Imagine that they were behind crimes so heinous that people didn't know about. Imagine this state that is full of spies on other countries, got hacks, and is run by a delusional dictator. I'm not talking about North Korea. I'm talking about the United States.
Oh,
okay.
Plot twist.
I love the United States. But the thing is, this is the greatest country, but it's great because of its values and not because of the people who are running it. Okay, just like I like music, but I don't like some singers or whatever. North Korea is dangerous and should not be taken lightly. Actually, matter of fact, I know people who are deployed in South Korea, and their whole job is to catch North Korean spies. But at the end of the day, this is why we're into crypto, right? We can't trust anyone, so we trust in something that's trustless. Centralization breeds inefficiencies, so we go to decentralization, and people lie and hide and change narratives, and that's why we depend on immutability on the blockchain. So are they the big bad boogeyman? Maybe over there, but they're Goldar, okay? And Lord Zed is still out there.
All right, Lord Zed's out there. I want to give a quick shout out to Band-Aid, giving all the subs out in the chat. So big ATB super fan right there. And also, I'm in Atlanta. How can I check out the facility? Martin Castro, we're in Ackworth. Just come on by if you want to see the live stream. We're more than welcome. And hey, maybe even buy some Ben merch. All right, now, Firoz, how come, every time there's a hack, I think, well, can they even do that? We were talking about the documentary, whether they even have stable electricity, whether they even have stable food in the grocery stores. We don't have the answers to this. We do know manufacturing wise, though, they're probably not making the best, most sophisticated chips, probably not making the best sophisticated software. So every time we hear a hack, do you think they're getting more blame than they deserve? Are other states like putting a Pyong VPN right now and saying, oh, it wasn't us, it was definitely North Korea?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure how much blame North Korea deserves, for its crypto hacking activities. And as mentioned already, right, the country is very secretive, is isolated from the rest of the world. But again, based on what we've seen, certainly the data and the information that's out there, I would say that it seems that North Korea clearly is indeed responsible for a large share of the crypto thefts that clearly have occurred. I mean, we've seen chain analysis, chuck out numbers like, hackers stole around $1.7 billion of cryptocurrency in 2022. I mean, that's a big chunk. But the other thing that I would say though is that, hacks in crypto happen every day, in all honesty. I mean, we've seen bridges exploited, and maybe I'm stepping away from North Korea, but when it comes to crypto, I don't personally think that there's one country, that's responsible for a large portion of the hacks. And again, crypto is decentralized in nature. So the hacks could originate from anywhere. It could be ping pong through various routers just to kind of make it look like it was coming from one place or the other. And I think the other thing to sort of bear in mind is that when it comes to hacks, governments in general are well known for hacking other governments. I mean, we've seen plenty of well-known hacks like Stuxnet, like Moonlight Maze, all of these SolarWinds, either they're sort of perpetrated out of Russia or out of another country. But again, these hacks do tend to generate between governments as well. So, to somewhat I agree, and to the other extent, I sort of disagree as well at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We just, we don't really have accurate data. So a lot of this is speculation. Now, Forrest, this is time for the ultimate speculation. You get the best question, I think, here. You wake up as Kim Jong-un. You don't defecate. I'm just joking. All right. So you wake up as Kim Jong-un, and all of a sudden you have you have one of your citizens, one of your cronies that come up and they're like, hey, I just got 1,000 Bitcoin. They hand you the seed phrase. You got 1,000 Bitcoin out of nowhere. You didn't have it yesterday. What does Kim Jong-un do with 1,000 Bitcoin?
Oh, for sure, he's hodling that. No, I mean, at the end of the day, this thing's an industry. Like, hacking is an industry. Whether it's state-sponsored or not, I'm not an evil dictator, but if I was, I'd probably be like, good job, man. Like, that you hacked our enemies. You took money out of other countries that we don't get along with, and you brought it into the confines, into the borders of North Korea. Good job. I doubt this is very high up on his priorities list in terms of seeking out any individuals in his country that are hacking other and exploiting other countries. Like, I just don't see us going to war with North Korea over them hacking, Bitcoin and crypto. I just don't. And I would imagine that they realize that they're not at threat of going to war. They have, nukes that nobody wants to go to war with them. Over something, a few $1 million or even billions of dollars worth of crypto hacks. So he's probably kicked back, relaxed, not even, not a care in the world about this. I would imagine, at least if I was an evil dictator, that would be me. I would be like, oh, okay. You took it away from the United States or took it away from the rest of the world and brought it in. More money for us.
All right. Good point. Oft overlooked fact. They do have nukes. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. It is an industry. I mean, heck, now when I'm starting to think about it, they probably sell 100 Bitcoin, buy more computer equipment, and then try to hack the next 1,000 Bitcoin. All right, let's talk about Coinbase. Speaking of crypto, Coinbase is shorting the crypto market. That's right. Coinbase is betting against Bitcoin going up. Dang it, they've been right. Okay. Well, Coinbase has been shorting crypto market. Public reports indicate they have to put out, public report. Well, this one went out last week, and they kind of buried it, folks. It took a Finbold, just found it, I think, this week. And guys, the numbers are a little bit scary. They've been shorting the market for years. As of right now, or of Q2, as at the end of Q2, they had $120 million short position on the crypto markets, largely with derivatives exchange. At the end of last year, they had a $300 million short open. So they've been peeling back the short. They're closing the short as we go along here. And I did a little bit of digging to see what was the highest short position that they had. When were they most strongly betting against crypto? Guys, they hit it. They called it. Q4 2021. That is the same quarter Bitcoin hit its all-time high. First part of November, it hit 69,000. So they've been shorting it since then. I think it was closer to $1 billion at that point. Now, Cassius, I had a tweet, and they're saying, well, good luck getting front ran, because Coinbase is now offering futures, and it looks like they dabble in it themselves. Well, critics are saying, they're just going to front run you. Is that a real thing? Do exchanges really trade against their customers? That sounds wild.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, it is a real thing. Whether or not Coinbase will directly do it, I don't know, but it's definitely a concern of mine. The thing about it is that derivatives and the way you can front run crypto, it matters more on the coins that have like a lower market cap than, say, Bitcoin specifically. Sam Bankman-Fried has definitely been accused of front running, manipulating certain coins like ICP and other ones. And that was like when they first came out. So it matters more so, I think, for the coins with the smaller market cap. And I don't, how do you trade that if you don't really know? I mean, we know that like the price of a coin can be different on Binance, for example, than it will be on Coinbase. Or, we always say, oh, did you see that Bitcoin went to whatever price, or XRP went to whatever price last week on Binance, right? So unfortunately, yeah, I think a platform that's an exchange can actually do that to you, can actually front run you, which really sucks if you're trying to be a day trader. If you're a longer term hodler or your DCA over a long period of time, or you believe in your coin that will get mass adoption in the future, something like that, I think you don't have too much to worry about. But if you're really a trader, you got to watch out, and it's hard to. There's no way to really know. It's always per usual more risky on the smaller market caps because they have more volatility.
Yeah, I see people pointing out SBF. That was one of the allegations FTX used Alameda to trade against their users there. Now, Cowboys of Crypto, as far as trades go, clearly pretty good bet, especially having the largest position right at the peak. You get in at the short. They're winding down as maybe we're entering, the next stage of the 4-year cycle here. But it seems to be a lot of bad PR. So how would you rank this move? Was the money potentially generated worth the bad PR that is, now spreading across crypto Twitter or X?
Listen, Coinbase shorting crypto is like Brock Lesnar betting against himself to lose in his next fight. Okay, here's why it's dangerous, and he's in complete control, and they're in complete. This is why it's dangerous. In school, what's the best way to spread a rumor? Well, you go to the most gossipiest person, and you tell them, and you make sure that they think it's their idea. Well, then everyone thinks that little Becky is pregnant, and little Becky's life is ruined. In this scenario, you and I, little Becky, okay, our lives are ruined, and the media is the gossipy person, and the Coinbase insiders are the ones who originate and spread that rumor. Even Jamie Dimon said this, that he proposes that banks shouldn't sell, shouldn't short banks. You shouldn't sell bank shorts. And the reason is because these rumors can send anything down 20%. And that's just for banks, right? In crypto, we could look at huge volatility swings just by a tweet. And so I don't want to use the term bad PR because it's really about trust. It's probably a more accurate word. Obviously, bad PR is accurate as well. But at the end of the day, right, crypto's already like a shady organization. People don't trust it already. So you're flirting with the line right there. You're losing trust with people. You want to be steer clear so far away from the line that you start to generate and build that trust rather than erode it for just a quick cash grab. Don't spread or don't drift away from your values or your mission statement to build a future on crypto just for a short-term bag or to make money off of some other people. I don't like when people claim that they're for the future, for the innovation. I mean, Coinbase is helping to build that future of crypto, and to short themselves is really shorting the whole industry that they're working for. I don't like it, but at the end of the day, this is still an exchange. We're still in crypto. You got to get off the exchanges. This is a blood sport. Don't expect that Coinbase is like this white knight supposed to save you and be the trustworthy guy. No one is. That's why you have to get off the exchanges and get on your own wallets.
All right. We have a comment from Redman. Cowboys of Crypto uses the best bleach in the world. Look how white that t-shirt is. He's looking fresh in that white tee. All right. Firoz, should they close this short? You know, I was looking at what do they have left in it? They got about $120 million still in a short position. Should they close it? Are we entering into that first stage of the bull market?
I don't think. Oh, God. Excuse me.
Hey, plus one for the cat there.
There you go. So, look, I personally feel that we've still got a little bit more downside left in the market. So I wouldn't necessarily be in a rush to ultimately close. But then again, they have an open book to all their customers. So who knows? They could bet against all of them as well at the same time. So no, I mean, I personally don't think they'll be in a rush to close it just yet. And usually I'm expecting. Normally, I mean, going into the halving next year, we'll have a small little bit of a run up, and then we do tend to see a bit of a dip post the halving news. And then next year is really the actual run up for the bull cycle. So I think they got a bit more fuel left in the tank in order to get a few more positions out before they start looking to close it down. I mean, there's many factors that are going to affect it at the end of the day: supply and demand, innovation, what's happening within this space, regulation, all of that sentiment. So there's quite a few things that ultimately they're going to have to take into consideration before they make any moves.
All right. Well, let's see here. Forrest, now, a lot of people are saying this is a pretty obvious conflict of interest. Is Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler about to jump all over this? Are we going to start seeing some tweets, videos, and Elizabeth Warren press conferences over the next month as, you know, people point this out that, hey, you're kind of betting against your customers here?
No. I want to make it super clear here that Coinbase is not speculating at all. They are not speculating on the market. They are simply hedging. They have huge balance sheets full of, they're just hedging here. This is their revenue model. Look, if they've got a ton of ownership of and custody of a ton of Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes to, let's just say it crashes to $5,000. That is a massive hit on their balance sheet. That is not good. The way they make their revenue is through trading fees, right? So anytime they can be delta neutral, meaning they're not speculating on the price of crypto, meaning let's just say they own $300 million worth of Bitcoin, then they take out a $300 million notional short against Bitcoin. No matter what happens to the price of Bitcoin, they're not making or losing any of that $300 million. They're staying delta neutral, and then they're making revenue off of the fees. So this is not them taking a bet against crypto at all. Like they are betting on crypto. Their core business model is crypto. They are like all about crypto. They are not betting against it in any way, shape, or form. They're actually being extremely responsible. If FTX did this, they wouldn't be out of business right now.
Mm-hmm.
What FTX did was they took customer funds and then they speculated with those customer funds and they got it wrong and they lost a ton of money. Had they opened up shorts at the top of the market, or, you know, and the reason, to be quite honest, like Coinbase wasn't just like some genius move that, like, this wasn't some genius move where they shorted the top of the market. The reason they were the most short at the top of the market was because their balance sheet in crypto was the highest at the top of the market. So they had to hedge the most. So this is just being super financially responsible and hedging against downside, keeping their balance sheet neutral, and then just, you know, their revenue is their revenue. That's how they make money.
And I want to share, or go ahead. I want to share a quick asterisk. Here we have the actual numbers. We have 136 million as a hedge, and then it's 12 million not as a hedge. So, I mean, more than a 10-to-1 ratio there. So, Forrest essentially hitting all cylinders right there. All right, we got the best chat in the history of all crypto. YouTube, Forrest, hedge, Forrest, something there. And then also we got the quarter mile driving, Corona sipping, Sin Diesel in chat, and they say, what do SBF and Cassius have in common? They both got bars. Okay, that was a good one.
Hey.
All right, let's talk about Shiba. Let's talk about Shiba Inu, folks. I know. We do. I do want to say this was the tweet I wanted to share real quick. Have fun getting front run by their risk solutions desk. I tried learning more about the risk solutions desk, thinking if it was like maybe their Alameda to the FTX. Couldn't see too much information on that. So I might do some more digging on the risk solutions desk, but I'm more with Forrest here. I think they're, Brian, more than likely on the up and up there. All right, now let's talk about Shiba Inu. Plummeted. Kind of covered the roller coaster of emotion the traders were having yesterday, or the Shiba Inu community. Shibarium went live right as the show ended yesterday. And guys, everybody was happy. You know, we had millions pouring in, but then speed started to slow to a crawl. Transactions started slowing down. Transaction speed is supposed to take seconds. In the Shibarium L2, it looks like it averaged up to 5 minutes. $2 million were stuck pending. So if you saw any tweets like 1.7 stuck in a bridge, it was pending transactions, just kind of waiting in a queue. Think you're at waiting to get on the airplane at the TSA there. But regardless, the lead dev did pin a comforting blog post saying, guys, all is well. I actually have the blog post here. Hey, how could you feel FUD when you see that headline? And look, this cute little puppy right there. So he's saying all is well. Look, they had a lot of people jumping in at one point. Now, let's see. Forrest might have a little bit of tech savvy here. Looks like insane traffic crashed the site. I was reading the blog post. Now it says 160 million compute units were done in 30 minutes. Looks like for a whole month, they used 300 million compute units. I don't know if you've been super familiar. I've looked at web stuff a little bit. I have a cursory knowledge about this. 160 million compute units in 30 minutes. They had 300 million for the whole month. It looks like it was a lot of demand. The lead tech, he's saying much more demand than anyone expected. But then the website crashed. Kind of got two narratives here. Is this bullish or bearish? How would you describe this?
I would say the bullish play with Shiba Inu has already played out. Like we saw two massive pumps with it, and then we've seen it crash back down. I think the easy money here has been made, and this is kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news thing. Maybe it gets another bump if they can figure out this bridge situation and they can get people, bridging money over, and they can get a higher valuation. And you see people speculating on meme coins. Honestly, I think it's just going to be a meme coin chain, right? Like I think Shibarium is just going to be a layer two that people use to speculate on some degenerate dog themed coins, and that's cool. I more power. I mean, there's a market for that. There's demand for that. Obviously, with people crashing the website and there being so much interest in this, but I personally am not like a in the camp of I want to hodl Shiba Inu. I'll trade it all day long. I've been trading it for the last couple of weeks, but just not something. It's just the price action. It pumps and then it retraces all the way back down, and it just it'd be a very stressful hold, to say the least.
Club Grist, bearish. They're so poor that they can't pay for the servers. I don't know. I think they maybe could have afforded a more expensive one there. Plus, my cat would destroy that Shiba dog. All right, Flat Smack, you got a scary cat there. Stay away from your house. All right, now. Cowboys of Crypto, let's pull up this article one more time. All is well. Are you considering all is well? Is all well?
Listen, in crypto, we're used to people biting off more than they can chew. But in crypto also, they've got a bigger mouth than we think. So they could say all is well you want. But at the end of the day, I actually agree with Forrest over there. You don't dig for water underneath an outhouse, and that's basically what you're doing if you're investing in Shiba Inu and trying to think that this is the next big blockchain that's going to revolutionize everything. If you like Shiba Inu and you think that you're going to be rich off of this little dog and you believe in it and you love it so much and it loves you back and you're just petting it, fine. You're a degen. You do what you want. The fact is that 8% drop in SHIB is nothing. We sneeze at that, especially we're in crypto. And secondly, all is not well, but all will be well. Maybe if they get a small little chain up on the market with a bunch of degens on the red light district in the corner of these dark end streets, and they're trading out frogs and coins and little toenail coins. That's all fine. However, at the end of the day, it's just a meme coin to me. This is par for the course in crypto. So you get what you get with meme coins.
All right. Meme coin from Forrest, meme coin from Cowboys. Cassius, is it just a meme coin? Can it transcend that status? Will it transcend?
Honestly, I don't think it will. And the reason that Shiba Inu is known today is because basically it was a copy of Dogecoin. They call it the Doge Killer. Clearly, their marketing was to be a meme coin. with the same dog. So it's like, if now you want us to take you more seriously because maybe you do have more, ecosystem projects and activity than Dogecoin, that doesn't really mean much. You know what I mean? Because you were always compared to Dogecoin. Like, the reason you're famous is because you were copying Dogecoin as far as the marketing is concerned. So for them to now kind of rebrand, but use the same dog to make you feel the warm and fuzzies, I don't think you're really going to escape that. You're still going to be looked at as a meme coin. And more power to them for trying to have an ecosystem and stuff. I definitely know people who take sheep very seriously, by the way. Like Dogecoin, like Elon Musk talks about it all the time and stuff, but like everyone still knows it's a joke. There are people who take Shiba Inu more seriously. And so that's good for them and everything. I am not a big investor. I did trade sheep and I did quite well, to be honest with you, because I saw it coming, man. Like, it was before it was on Coinbase. Went on Coinbase, the bull run came. I basically sold Denver at the top. One of the better trades I ever made, because I was like, this is not real. So I'm very interested to see. That being said, I'm very interested to see what it does in the bull run. I think it'll still be here. I'm looking at a lot of coins in the bull run that I think are either like memes or more speculative. And I kind of think everything will run and everyone will feel like a genius. But some things will run more and then stay when there's more real adoption, and other ones will just collapse back down. I kind of have sheep in the second camp of that.
All right. +1 for selling the top right there. All right. Well, let's pull up the trading view chart, Firoz. Forrest, hey, shout out to Forrest. He did tweet out that breakout, and I was able to jump in at a really good entry point. So Forrest, really, really big, big ups to you for that one. Dang it, I'm actually going to give you one more point. We got to tie again. Dang it. All right. Well, let's pull up trading view here. This is the 4-hour chart. Firoz, you can see it's kind of hanging out at this point of control. Hey, it looks like we touched right there. It looks like we had a lot of action right there. It looks like we touched right there. It looks like we had a lot of action right there. We're now in this point of control, I suppose. Should degens buy the dip? Is there still money to be made with this nice, warm, fuzzy dog?
Well, degens are degens, right, DZ? I mean, they'll buy the dip regardless. I mean, their risk to reward ratio works on a completely different level. But I think quite a lot of the panelists today have kind of said, very, very similar things to what we have here. And I think one of the things is, do we need another L2? I mean, fundamentally, this is what Shibarium is. It's another layer 2 solution amongst the 50 that we have already. But what I will say is, if you kind of draw similarities to Coinbase's base chain that launched recently, I mean, how many meme coin alternatives started popping up on that chain to start making money? And I think there's always opportunity here. I think if they sort out the issues and that 1.73 million ether that's just floating in limbo somewhere at the moment, and some of that gets returned back, who knows if it does or if it doesn't. If it doesn't, all the better for Ethereum. I suppose at the end of the day, you've burnt another load of their supply there. So hey, I'll pump my bags for that one. I'll take it. But no, I mean, I think there's still trades here to be made. Degens are still going to be jumping in. I think people are just waiting for that sort of happy news. Yep, we're good. The bridge is working. Shibarium's up and running. Look at all these wonderful NFTs and metaverse and other ecosystem wonders and treats that we have for you. And you'll see that it'll continue to rise as well, like we see. And again, it is one of the more popular meme tokens out there after Doge. But I suppose one thing that I will say though is, Dogecoin itself never really had another layer 2 solution. In fact, Doge Chain did come out, but that was a Polygon side chain built by a completely different team to try and ultimately utilize some of those tokens on that chain. And what we did see there was a big solid pump once that chain was up and running. So again, I'm expecting very similar things, but overall it will die out over time.
All right. Well, let's just show a tale of different timelines on a chart, folks. I just showed you the 4-hour. Let's pull it up one more time. You can see, all right, you see a lot of price action. We're up, we're down, a lot of different things going on. Now we're going to go from 4 to 24-hour candles. There's a little gain there to be had. If it ends up, guys, we're not saying it's going to hit all-time highs, but if it does, it's, I think, 11x from this point. So once you zoom out, that sheep price starts to come into perspective. Like, oh yeah, there's less zeros back in the day. But guys, we have a 2-way tie for the show. It was a great show. It was a very close one. Forrest, just for tweeting out that sheep chart, man. So puts you up ahead. I think Cassius just being Cassius, of course. But let's see, both of you guys. Hey, feel free, leave us with some parting thoughts. I don't know if we got the 2 screens. So it looks like we're going with Forrest first.
Yeah, guys, just hang in there. Market's looking a little bit rough. Tomorrow, I think we might have potentially the Grayscale announcement coming out. There's speculation around that. Maybe that can turn this market around. Otherwise, we've broken some pretty key levels. So I just say stay flexible here. Be willing to flip-flop. And if things turn bullish, get bullish. If things stay bearish, then, just hang in there. Have some capital on the side.
Guys, Forrest has the curve bill. He's on DGen mode. Cassius, go ahead.
Man, I just want to drop a bar from my new song, No Discussion, featuring Ben Armstrong, your boy BitBoy Crypto on the hook. We're all going to Rare Evo. Diesel's going to be there. I'm going to film a live action music video there. Thanks for having me on the show. All I'm going to say is we're going to have AJ and DZ in this bitch. If you watch around the blockchain, you see we getting rich.
Hey, that is all we have time. And Forrest, back to you real quick. Tomorrow is NVIDIA earnings day. Are you expecting fireworks? Is that going to move anything?
It very well could. NVIDIA's been a shocker, right? But I think it crashed a little bit the other day. I haven't been keeping track of it, but it has been surprising a lot of people recently. And the apes are going to be apes.
Hey, the
I'm trading right now.
Hey, I'm about to go start making some chips in the backyard, folks. All right, that's all we got time for. Make sure you hit that like button. This guy right here. All right, until next time, we're all out.